All right, what's up, guys? Welcome in another episode of This Week With. If it's Friday night, it means one thing at Run Pure Sports. Joey Work and myself are live with another popular mixed martial artist this week. It's Juan Adams. Juan, welcome to the show, man. Thanks for taking a few minutes. We really appreciate it.
No problem, guys. Thanks for having me.
I'm also joined by my co-host, Joey Hot Sauce. What's going on, Joey Work?
What's up, Jay? What's up, Juan? What's up, everybody? Last Fight Island card, man. This was fun.
Yeah, it's been a really good 2 weeks. So before we get Juan's thoughts, obviously, on Saturday night's Fight Island main card, we obviously ask him a couple questions about his career like we normally do. My question is two parts. First, I know you recently left the UFC. You made the move to Aries FC, which for those of you that don't know is it's an up-and-coming MMA promotion. So how differently are you approaching your MMA game plan and style as you transition to this new promotion? And I know that you have a fight scheduled in January. What do you take away with your time at the UFC prepping for this new promotion?
Well, the biggest difference is going to be my approach. Mainly, I'm making my style back kind of towards how it was when I started MMA. When I got to the UFC, I started adding, striking coaches, and I was changing things up, trying to become more of a volume / counter striking type guy. Made me a lot less aggressive. I think I was just listening to way too many critics, really. Ultimately, I don't care how it looks anymore. I got to get back to winning, and so that's where I'm at right now. The biggest thing I took away from my time with the UFC was that ultimately I just needed to get better. So I moved out to Jackson Wink. I don't have to struggle to find training partners anymore. And I just get a little bit more out of every training session, and that's all you can really ask for at this stage, to get as good as you can, as often as you can, and I feel like that's what I'm doing now. And so looking into this new promotion, I do have more experience, for one, and two, it's still high-level opponents. I can still make a living from doing this, and I don't have to get another job, which was a really big deal to me. I could have gone back and fought, 3 or 4 fights on a local show and, washed those guys and hopefully gotten a call back. I want to get most that I can out of this game right now, and that's what Aries provided me.
Has it been difficult for you to train during the pandemic?
Yes, it has been. Hold on, I think my Wi-Fi. It's been very different. It started, the gym kind of shut down completely. We were doing maybe 2 or 3 secret workouts a week. Now we've had a couple fighters that have fought elsewhere, and when that happens, we all get tested. They hold the results, so if someone comes in, they can see that we've all tested negative for COVID. And Monday we get right back to it. Normal schedules happening on Monday. I get to have like 3 to 4 training sessions a day as opposed to 3 or 4 a week, and that's what I'm really looking forward to again.
Cool. So I know you were on Dana White Contender Series. I was wondering what it was like getting that call to be asked to be on the show.
Hold on, could you repeat that? I didn't get the last
Yeah,
part.
so when you got the call to be on Dana White Contender Series, what was going through your mind?
It was crazy. It was just one of those things where everything that I had been working for at that point was finally coming true. We really didn't anticipate me making it to the UFC for another year and a half. So I made it there a year and a half earlier than what we expected. And all that was running through my mind was, I finally made it. Everything's coming true, and things are gonna finally, play out according to my plan. And a lot of times in life we plan things, and life kind of throws us curveballs. But that was one of those times where yeah, everything just felt right, and I was really excited.
Awesome. So also, I don't know if you follow hockey or not, but there's a new team in Seattle with the same nickname as, or their team name is your nickname, the Kraken.
Right. I think it's dope, man. I think it's really cool. I think they can do a lot more with that than I've been able to do with my
Did we lose him? Bro, I'm telling you, we have the worst luck ever.
I can still hear him. Like, I think he just froze.
I can't hear him at all. Oh, he's coming back.
All right.
Hold on. I got to boot him off the street. All right, can you hear us, bro?
Yeah, it's there.
Yep.
Yeah, we're here.
Sorry, yeah, the connection timed out. Silly iPhones.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Okay, so we're basically gonna run down the main card of Saturday night's last Fight Island show, and just basically get your thoughts on the fights, and let us know, and the people watching in the chat, who you think will edge out these fights, and then we'll get you out of here on that.
All right, sounds good, man.
All right, so everybody's been talking about this kid, Khamzat Chimaev versus Reese McKee. If Chimaev wins the fight, it will be the fastest turnaround with back-to-back wins in UFC history. I think he would do it in about 10 days, I believe. I think Chad Skelly had the record at 13 days. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. The fight seems pretty straightforward to me. I think they're just setting up another tomato can for him to crush. Did you get a chance to watch him last weekend? He looked really impressive.
Yeah, I did. I saw some highlights from him last weekend. I know it's one of the quickest turnarounds ever. Might be the quickest turnaround ever. But I think he gets it done, man. You're coming off a momentous win like that, and I feel like he's riding real high right now. He shouldn't have a huge cut ahead of him. So I think he gets it done.
Yep. So the second fight is Alex Cowboy Oliveira versus Peter Sabata. The always dangerous Cowboy has been fighting in the UFC since 2015. He has lost 3 of his last 4. Sabata is on his second stint in the UFC, with his last fight being in 2018 versus title contender Leon Edwards. How do you see this one going?
Leon Edwards is a tough dude, and this guy's probably got a lot on his plate. He's had a long layoff, so I'm gonna go with him winning this one. I think that time off after some losses like that can definitely benefit you. Prime example is for instance, I'm taking almost a year off before my next fight. It'll be almost a year when that one happens, and I feel completely different, and a lot of the mental issues that come up from losing that frequently kind of go away when you take that much time off.
Yeah. Next fight is Paul Craig against Gadzhimurad Antigulov. As crazy as it sounds, man, I kind of like Paul Craig. I think he needs to survive the first 4 minutes of the fight. If he does that, I think the momentum swings dramatically in his favor, because Antigulov might have the worst gas tank that I've ever seen in that division. So, I mean, his stamina goes away before the end of round 1. Who do you think gets the job done in that fight?
I like Paul Craig in that one, actually. I think his last fight was wasn't it against Lonzo Minifield?
So he just fought Shogun and there was a draw. That was his last fight, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Before that was Menfield.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go with Craig. I typically favor guys that have, the guy he's going against, I don't think I haven't really heard much of him before, but I've seen Paul Craig, and that dude's a monster. So, I think he'll be able to turn around real quick here.
All right, cool. The next fight is the girls, Carla Esparza versus Marina Rodriguez. Carla, the Cookie Monster Esparza, on a 3-fight win streak and 10-4 overall in the UFC, including her Ultimate Fighter fights. She's fought almost all the contenders in the 115 division. I expect her to try to grapple her way to victory here. As for Marina, she's still undefeated in her pro career, with unfortunately 2 draws, both in the UFC. In my opinion, Marina is a better striker and will try to stand and use her height and reach advantage. Who do you think wins this one?
I think I'm gonna go with Carla Esparza on this one, mainly because I love the nickname, the Cookie Monster. It's pretty dope. But she's pretty good on the ground, and she's got the experience advantage here. I feel like, and it is tough going against someone that hasn't really tasted defeat before, but I think the experience is gonna come into play here.
Next fight are the men. You know something about this division. Fabricio Verdum, Alexander Gustafsson. First time that Gus has gone up in weight in this division. I personally understand the move up. He probably doesn't want to cut weight anymore. And if we're being honest, he has no shot to beat anybody that is elite at 205 anymore. He won't beat John Jones. Probably won't be Dominic Reyes. So the question in this fight is, do you think that these guys are washed up? If so, which one is washed up? I have my opinion on this fight. I personally think Gus still has something left in the tank. I was surprised that Verdun lost to Alexei Olenek the last time out. So I think Gus gets it done. Who do you think gets it done?
I'm actually going with Gustafsson in that one. Olenek, not Olenek. Verdum, I think was super talented. I think he's a great grappler. All-time great grappler. But I feel like seeing Gustafsson fight at 205, I don't think that cut is gonna be affecting him as much now because he's not cutting anymore, and he didn't look sloppy at 40 either. So I think that, his range and striking style are super tricky, and he's not a slouch on the ground either. So I think that when Verdum does take him down, or if Verdum gets him down on the ground, I think he'll get up pretty easily. And I think Gustafsson is way to a decision on this one.
I like it.
Nice. Now the much anticipated trilogy fight between Shogun Rua and Antonio Nogueira. These guys are 38 and 44 years old, respectively, and this will be their third fight against each other, 15 years after their first meeting. The second meeting was a good one, ended up being fight of the night. Shogun has won both meetings, and his only loss since 2014 was to Anthony Smith. He looked impressive in November versus Paul Craig in a fight that ended in a draw that we spoke about. As for Antonio, he's a third-degree black belt in jiu-jitsu, but this is only his third fight since 2016, with his last 4 all being stopped. What do you think about the co-main?
Can you repeat who I was saying about the first guy?
So it's Shogun. This is the third time they fought each other. They fought in 2005, 2015, and now this will be 2021. So one time each decade. And the last time they fought, it was 2015, 2015. It was fight of the night. He's Shogun's only loss since 2014 was to Anthony Smith. So, he hasn't been very active, but he's still been winning, or he's got a draw last time out versus Paul Craig.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Shogun in that one, actually. I think both these guys have a little bit left in the tank, and obviously there's a little bit of history between, but I feel like Shogun to come out, probably look a little sharper than Nogueira, and I always confuse Nogueira brothers, so I'm gonna go with Shogun on this one because he's a little bit more distinct in my mind.
Yeah, he's fighting Little Nog, not Big Nog.
Okay.
I'm
still gonna go with Shogun that one.
I agree. I agree with you.
I think I like Shogun a lot in that one.
Main event Saturday night. It could be one of the best fights that we've seen on Fight Island for the entire 2 weeks. Darren Till, Bobby Knuckles. I see a lot of love out there for Darren Till. I said this morning on a radio show, and the betting line has reflected that. You know, a week ago, Till takes a lot of money. Now you're starting to see the buyback a little bit on Bobby Whittaker. You know, in my opinion, man, I'm just not impressed with the last 4 fights from Darren Till. Really close win over Wonder Boy that could have went the other way. He loses to a Tyron Woodley on the decline. He gets planted like a tree against Jorge Masvidal. And then he beats Kelvin in his last fight, who was the smallest middleweight in the division. And we just saw what the Joker did to Kelvin. Caught him in a heel hook a week ago. Kelvin doesn't look like himself anymore, really. So I just can't go against Bobby Knuckles personally. Who do you like, Juan?
Yeah, I can't go against Whittaker either. You know, I love both guys in this one. Till has always been super entertaining to me, a fighter and just as a personality. But Robert Whittaker, I mean, he just looks a little bit more focused, a little bit more determined in this one, and he's got something to prove. And you know, he looks bigger than Till. When I looked at them side by side, he's a lot more muscular, and he's one of those guys that's not really bad anywhere, you know. So I'm going with Whittaker this one, but I love guys. That's a really hard one for me to pick. I wouldn't mind seeing either one of them win.
All right, hey Juan. First off, I want to say thanks for being such a cool dude and coming on our show. Is there anything you like to plug, or can you let our followers know where they can find you on social media?
I don't have anything to plug right now, but you guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at chosenjuan285. That's Juan, not one, and then 285, because that was my college weight. But I'm a little bigger than that right now.
Listen, man, if there's anything that we can do, the Sports Keg, the Run Pure crew, when you get closer to your fight in January at Aries FC, we'd love to have you come on. We'll spread the word any way we can for you, and we will be rooting for you 100%.
For sure.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I'd love to be back.
All right, man. Thanks for coming on.
Appreciate it, buddy.
No problem, man. I'll see you guys later.
Bye. There you go. Juan Adams. Gotta love it. Really nice guy, man.
Yeah,
really
sure.
Nice guy.
For sure. Down to earth, cool dude.
So that was cool. Yeah, I mean, you know, seems like a really nice guy. How could you not root for him?
Right.
Man, I was really hoping he would have just planted Greg Hardy. My Greg Hardy hate is real, bro. It's so real. So, all right. So, before we go, we'll take 5 minutes. I still have 6 fights worth of fight tape that I have to watch between like midnight and tomorrow afternoon because I'm behind. So, but I did get through like a little more than half the card. Have you locked in anything yet, Joe?
So I did bet Tom Aspinall by KO early in the week at plus 160. That line's probably about 115 now. I don't know if you saw the weigh-ins or not, but the guy he's fighting, this is his first time fighting at heavyweight. He's only fought at light heavyweight before that. And Jake Collier, he also didn't take his shirt off at the weigh-in. That's the first time I've ever seen that. He hasn't fought since 2017, so he's probably been eating like me and you, sitting on a couch, gaining some weight, and he's probably a little bit embarrassed of what he looks like. So,
what do you think? Do you think he wears his shirt in the pool?
He might be one of those guys. Yeah.
You think he's one of those guys that wears his shirt in the pool? Like, listen, bro, I am a fat man. Okay, I might be working on it. I might not be. It's a surprise. Okay, but that being said, I just can't do the whole shirt in the pool thing. Like, either look at me or don't look at me. But I'm not wearing a fucking shirt in the pool.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would have my shirt off at that weigh-in, bro. When I was watching the tape on Antigolov, right, and how fast that like he gets winded, and how the stamina dump in the first round it's incredible. It's almost like nothing I've ever seen in that division. I actually thought to myself, would I have more stamina in the cage than Antigolov? Like, could I go 4 minutes in the cage without dying? And I decided no, I can't. I decided 2 minutes. I think my stamina. So based on that metric, okay, my stamina is half as good as Gadzhimurad Antigolov. So I'm proud of it. How about that? How about I got the stamina half as good as one of the fighters on the fight card tomorrow night?
There you go.
Bro, I was thinking like it's very hard for me to back Paul Craig, okay? It's just hard for me to do it. I'm not a big Paul Craig guy. But then I'm watching the tape on Gadzhimurad, and I'm like, my God, he literally can't last 4 minutes. So I think all Paul Craig has to do is survive for about 3.5 to 4 minutes. And he should have full control of the fight for all of round 2 and 3. Now, I mean, we know that Paul Craig is not a very good striker. I mean, we know that. He's a great grappler. He reminds me of Michael Chiesa, really, if I'm being honest, even though I think that Michael Chiesa's striking is better than Paul Craig's, but he still reminds me a little bit of Chiesa. And I just think that Craig is going to survive, and then he's going to take over the fight because that guy's not going to be able to breathe. Did you look at that fight at all?
Yeah, I'm definitely on the same side as you. Definitely leaning Paul Craig. I haven't pulled the trigger yet, but my notes for this, I got I think Gaz Himi or whatever, he's a better grappler. Will probably look to get a takedown. But I kind of thought he was they can compete striking, but he's definitely hittable. That's for sure. He's been hit multiple times, and his cardio is that's one of my notes, poor cardio. So I'm definitely on your side there as well.
Yeah. Now, Icon said Jay would be doing his Roy Nelson impression at the weigh-ins. Now, listen. Now, in fairness to Roy Nelson, I could not climb that cage after a victory and do the belly rub. So if I won, it would have to be a belly rub like inside the cage, because I don't think I could climb up on that cage. Like, I don't think I could do it.
Well, Pessoa, that's fighting Bozer, he did the same thing. He's just like rubbing his belly on the after he weighed in. Just
Connor Butler says, Jay, maybe bet Craig after round 1. You might get a good number. You know what, bro? That's not a bad call, because if Antigolov comes out, right, and has a really good first 3 minutes, you might see a better number, because initially he was the favorite, wasn't he? But Paul Craig started taking crazy money. Right now, yeah, Paul Craig opens plus 110. He is now minus 132 is the best number you can get. Minus 140 at bookmakers. So the betting public basically sees what we see. This guy's got 4 minutes to win. And if he doesn't win, he's cooked. So, yeah, I agree. If you didn't get that opening line of plus 110, your only look would be hope that Paul Craig looks bad the first 3 minutes and hop on him live, hoping that he can survive. What else were you looking at, Joe?
So I'm definitely looking at Jay Herbert. Trinaldo was the only one that missed weight. He is also 41 years old. Herbert this is his first UFC fight, but he's coming. He's the Cage Warriors lightweight champion. 10 of his 11 fights have been stopped. He has a reach advantage, height advantage. I think he has a little power here. I know, Trinaldo he's aging. He's been outstruck in his last 2 fights, and I'm pretty sure if you go back to like his last 5 fights, he's throwing on average about 4 punches, 4 significant strikes per minute. So He's slowing down here. 41 years old. I'll take the plus money with Jay Herbert at plus 118.
You want to know what, though? That being said, I've actually cashed on him the last 2 fights on our show. I think that he beat John McDassie and who else? Bobby Green, right? Wasn't it Bobby Green?
Yeah, he's on a 2-fight win streak.
Yeah, it's a shame because he's a tough out, bro. Even at 41 years old, he's a tough out. But to see him miss weight is concerning. I agree.
5 pounds over.
He never misses weight. Like I can't remember the last time that he missed weight. He's like he's a pro's pro, so that's a bad sign if he missed weight. I don't know much about his opponent. That's one of the 6 fights that I have to watch tape on. What line did you get on him?
I got plus 118, and I probably missed it because it was at plus 130 earlier in the week, 35-ish.
Oh, wow. It opened plus 140.
Yeah.
Yikes. That value, I missed that boat. Dude, I'm so busy throughout the course of a week. I don't have the time. I can't bang that fight tape out in the first 24 hours.
Yeah.
Who else you like?
So I do lean Tanner Bozer as well. And I also lean Cowboy Oliveira. I know a lot of people are on the other side there, but I definitely think Oliveira always throws a lot of output. He's always moving forward. He's lost his last 3, all the decision. Before that, he had 8 consecutive stops. So Sabata is 4-5 in the UFC. This is his second stint. His last fight was March 2018, again, which I mentioned versus Leon Edwards, which he lost. But I definitely lean Oliveira here.
All right, so here's my thoughts. This was the last fight that I watched tape on. Yeah, Jay, I am a full-time sports bettor, bud. But I also spend like 35 hours a week doing betting content. So like I do this like 75 hours a week. And I actually have a 12-year-old daughter that I have to see in between there. But yeah, this is how I make my living completely. So this is the last fight that I watched tape on. And to Sabata's credit, he gave Leon Edwards a harder time than Cerrone did, than RDA did. Like, I was impressed with he gave Edwards a little issue with his jab. That being said, he's not a striker. He's a phenomenal grappler, not very much of a striker. I watched the Cowboy tape against Nick Dalby because that was the latest common opponent that I can find. I think they both fought Dalby. Man, Cowboy's starting to look old, but I think I agree with you. His range striking game and his ability to hop really fast in and out of the pocket is going to give Sabata problems. My only worry is Cowboy Oliveira's takedown defense good enough when Sabata goes for that double leg? Because there's no way he's going to win the exchanges on the feet. But another issue is Cowboy is so wild, bro, and so crazy in that cage. Sometimes he throws caution to the wind, and sometimes he puts himself in some really bad positions. And somebody like Sabata could take advantage of one of those times in a scramble where he throws caution to the wind. That being said, I agree with you. After I was done watching the tape, I leaned that I leaned Oliveira too. Not by a lot though. I'll tell you, not by a lot, but I thought the stand-up is probably a little bit too strong. Now, Sabata's taking money, right? Oliveira opens up at minus 185. He's down to minus 150 at Pinnacle. Minus 157 Oliveira is at 5 dimes. I mean, are you laying the 150? Like, do you feel comfortable enough to lay the 150?
I I haven't made that decision yet, but at that number, it's not really scaring me off. You know, the minus 180, that was, I wouldn't lay that. But now that it's getting down to minus 150, it doesn't really scare me away.
Now, I wasn't going to bet. I didn't really like any parlays, right? But the one parlay that I think is a winner is Oliveira Sabata over 1.5 rounds, Carla Esparza, Marina Rodriguez over 1.5 rounds. That parlay gets you to like minus 160. I just don't see how both. First of all, that women's fight is going 3 rounds, so I'm not worried about 7.5 minutes. Do you think that Oliveira can possibly stop him in 7.5 minutes? I mean, if he can go 3 rounds with Edwards, he can't go 3 rounds with Oliveira.
Yeah, the last time, it's been since 2018. Yeah, I like that look, definitely.
7.5 minutes, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I kind of like. Speaking of that, I heard that you like. Are you on Esparza?
Not really. I don't know. I was going back and forth on that one. I haven't made anything official, but initially I was liking Marina, but now I'm kind of slowly backing off and going towards Esparza, but I'm probably not going to bet that fight. I'm just going to enjoy it.
Listen, she fucked me. I faded her when I bet Alexa Grasso.
Yeah,
and Esparza got it done, bro. But Marina Rodriguez, she's a different kind of bitch, bro. She is a special striker.
Esparza was underdog in 2 of her last 3 fights that she won.
I know. And you know what? Marina Rodriguez's last 2 fights against wrestlers, Calvillo and Marcos, both were draws, right? Here's what I think. I think that, first of all, I think she's a special striker. She reminds me a lot of Ioana and Jacek, but she doesn't have the takedown defense that Ioana has. That being said, bro, she is a lot bigger than Carla Esparza. And you have to think, with those 2 fights against wrestlers being draws, how is her team not getting her dialed in on the takedown defense against Carla Esparza? Because if they stay on the feet for 3 rounds, she's going to destroy her.
100%.
Like literally.
Yeah.
Right? So all she has to do is not be taken down. And you know what? Esparza beat Michelle Waterson and Alexa Grasso. Those girls are way smaller than Marina Rodriguez. I really think Rodriguez is the play. Now, she opened at minus 148. If you got her at minus 148, I think you're in really good shape. Now that line, I want to say, is somewhere around minus 172 at 5 dimes, minus 180 at Bet Online. I think your only way is taking her by decision at plus 110 because Carla Esparza is a tough girl. I think that she could last 3 rounds. And if Esparza nails a takedown or 2, even if she loses the fight, she's still going to go the distance. I don't see how this fight doesn't go 3 rounds. So I think Rodriguez at plus 110 by decision is not a bad look.
Yeah, I like it.
You like that?
I do like that.
What about are we in agreement that the Verdum Gustafsson fight is Gus?
Yeah, but what is the odds on that? He's like minus.
Oh, you're not laying 340.
No shot.
No shot. But hear me out. Why can't this fight go the distance, bro? They're going to give you plus 175 on Alexander Gustafsson by decision. Like, why can't listen, Verdum, if he's anything, he's durable, right? He went the distance with Alexei Olenek after he looked god-awful, I think, in the first round or the last round. I forget, but one of those rounds, he looked awful. Still made the distance. I think Gustafsson, I think the fight's close in round 1. And then I think early in round 2, when Verdum starts to gas out a little bit and the cardio starts to go, I think Gus probably takes control early in round 2, would be my guess, because his cardio is going to be better than Verdum's. And obviously, he's a way better striker. But all that said, I still think we see a 3-round ugly decision where he either wins 2 rounds to 1 or 3-0. And I mean, plus 175 is hard to deny, Joe. Why can't that fight go the distance?
Yeah, it can. I'm probably not going to bet that, but it probably can. But I don't know. I think it might go somewhat like the Volkov fight where Gustafsson will get on top of him and win by ground and pound or something.
Oh, you think it's going to end?
I do. I don't know. I don't think. I know Verdum looked. He like Alexei Olenek was. I think he was beating him in the 3rd round. That was the only round that was close. Olenek was beating him up the first 2 rounds, and I don't think Gus lets it go that far. Like he won't get pieced up. Olenek was getting like pieced up in the 3rd. That's not going to happen.
What is let me check the odds on him by knockout. Plus 120 inside.
Yeah.
Inside the distance. I don't know, man. I just think, he's going to be carrying a lot of extra weight, right? Mm-hmm. He's used to that 205 weight cut. Maybe he's slightly more lethargic than normal. I don't know. I just can see these guys just on their feet for 15 minutes. It wouldn't shock me.
Yeah.
I think plus 175 isn't a bad number. Shogun, I mean, listen, bro. Little Nog is going to be 45. I mean, I'm not backing a guy that's going to be 45 in 10 months. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, Shogun or no gun.
I mean, I think it's Shogun or no gun. But that being said, I'm not laying 188 on a 38-year-old Shogun, right?
Yeah, he might use him as a parlay piece, but I'm not laying the 190 or 188.
Maybe you use him as a parlay piece, or I think he can get it done inside the distance. He's like plus 110 to get it done inside, and plus 333 to win by decision. I mean, I think it's possible he can get it done inside the distance, but I'm just not laying 188 on Shogun. I can't do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Did you bet the Till Whittaker fight?
I did not. I definitely lean Bobby Knuckles. This is like the first fight in a while that Till doesn't have a clear size advantage, so that's definitely scaring me. This was originally scheduled they bumped this up a month. Bobby has the ability to sleep anybody. I just think Bobby is better well-rounded, and I really think he wins this fight at, minus 130 is not bad. But I haven't made a bet on this one yet.
Yeah, I have to bet on Whittaker. I've already done it actually at a better price. That being said, I mean, you saw early money come in on Till. It drove the price down to about even money. And now you're starting to see Whittaker slowly start to crawl back up. I do think that there's an argument, though, that the European market comes in late tomorrow, and you start to see some money pouring in from like England, Ireland over there, and that could, if you're betting on the offshore market, it could potentially give you like a dime's worth of value after everybody gets paid and puts some money on Till. It's happened before. But that said, listen, I'm not going to tell you to lay minus 138 on Whittaker. I thought it was bettable up until 130. Right now, I wouldn't take it at minus 138, but I think he wins. I do. I watched that Gastelum fight. I wasn't impressed with Till. He didn't impress me. And that was against Kelvin, who clearly has lost a step. And he's the smallest middleweight in the division. Now he goes up a guy that walks around every day at 230 pounds. and is an incredible mixed martial artist. People forget that, like, Robert Whittaker was an Australian national wrestling champion. Like, that kid is no joke. Okay, he won 9 in a row going into that Adesanya fight, and then he loses to what could be one of the great champions of the last decade. If he gets by Paulo Costa, he'll have that belt for a while. So I don't hold that loss against him. Izzy is the real deal. So I don't know, man. I think you have to bet Whittaker. I don't know how anybody could be on Till. The only way you're on Till is if you think that Bobby Whittaker is done, toast. Because if you don't think he's done, how can you back Darren Till?
Yep, I agree. Till lost to both Masvidal and Tyron Woodley. Do you think Whittaker would lose to either of those guys?
A Woodley who was already on the decline in 2018. Yeah, I don't see it, man. I don't see it. And that Wonder Boy Thompson fight, if you go back and watch that fight, Wonder Boy could have easily won that fight. That was a split decision, razor thin, could have went either way. Till gets the nod. So yeah, I don't know. He doesn't impress me. He just doesn't. I'll tell you what, he's not even the best fighter in England, because that's Leon Edwards by a fucking country mile.
I'm sure.
What?
I said, I'm sure he would love to hear that.
Well, I mean, you're not gonna have Till on the show anytime soon, are you? Am I gonna have to run away from that comment too?
You never know.
Anything else that you like that you want to throw?
Nothing really. No, that's what I wrote down as possibly Rua Bozer parlay gets a plus 111. But that's where I'm at with my leans and 2 official plays.
All right. Well, we will have the fight cast tomorrow at 5:00. We'll have breakdowns of every fight on the card, boys, like we always do. If you go to the runpurebets.com website, I will probably put 2 UFC plays on the website for tomorrow. Joey will have a baseball play up there for tomorrow. So will Matt. It's free. You guys can check those plays out right now for free until August 1. And then the 110 hours of content package every month starts. So that's it. All right, Joey. Are you going to be around tomorrow?
I'm not sure yet, but I'll definitely be on Sunday for baseball.
All right. Well, that's good. As long as I got you for Sunday Night Baseball, I'm good.
Yep.
All right, boys. We will see you guys. What happened to the Sports Keg? Bro, the Sports Keg is still here, my friend. We didn't go anywhere. We just we merged with a company called Run Pure Sports. If you bet DFS, they are literally some of the best DFS players in the industry. I mean, they got $300,000 screenshots on their Twitter account from last week. So me and JJ from Sports with Facts, we merged together and we made we are the Run Pure Bet side of Run Pure Sports. So me and my crew from the Keg, like Joey, Matt, Tyler, Spread, Maxwell Smart, and then JJ from Sports with Facts, we run the bet side, and then the DFS guys run the Run Pure Sports side. So yeah, check out the website, man. runpurebets.com. It's free. You guys can go check it out right now. It's really cool, man. We did a really nice job with the site. We got live odds getting pulled in from DraftKings, articles. We're going to have weekly podcasts. We're going to have 100 hours of live betting content every single month. So it's going to be the shit. And there's chat rooms over there that will all be in before games or fights start, where you can ask us questions and pick our brains. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And that's it, boys. We'll see you back here tomorrow, 5:00. Last Fight Island card, UFC Fight Night. Till Whittaker That's it. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow, back after this.